All right, guys, what's up? Today I want to give you some more information about this car, so tips and tricks how you can achieve this ride height, also what I like about this car and what I absolutely hate. Driving this chassis over 14, 15 years now. So I bought my first S13 in 2011. This car I have since 2013. Let's get started. So coilovers or HSD, same ones are same what Driftworks are using. I messed around with the spring rates. So before I had a Tane Super Drift, which has 10 and 8. So 10 in the front, 10 kilos and 8 in the rear, which is pretty harsh for the street, okay? So I downgraded to 7.5, but when you have 7 in the front with this ride height, I will tell you it will rub. So now I'm on 8.6, and this is what I found is the best for me. So I have no tubes. I have the stock arches in the front. And basically when I drive the car really hard or downhill and go into a corner, not drifting, grip, it will rub basically here. I know you won't see now. So I had the wheels removed anyway and thought I will share it with you. So at the rear you have the fender liner. Here is a rubbing spot. It's cut in half. Normally it would go all the way. The wires are tucked over here, so the original position would be here. So as you can see, they are like an inch higher now. So if they would be in the original position, all the wires would have been rubbed through, basically all the harness, which getting you like in serious trouble. So this is a very important mod if you're gonna lower the car. Next spot is over here. So typical rubbing point when the car compresses, especially when you go downhill and turning sharply into a corner, it will rub on this spot. This is why some guys are welding in tubes, which basically cut the whole fender out and re-weld it in with more space. But I don't want to do this actually unless the car is crashed or something like that, because it's like a serious change to the chassis. Also, this part is hammered in, so when you turn in the wheel and you have more caster, so these are the adjustable caster arms. I think stock is like 7 degrees. I run about 7.5, which means your coilover is more tilted to the front and the wheel is sitting more in front, which basically gives a good ride into a straight line, which is important for me because I have a lot of camber on the car, like I said, like 5 degrees. And the lower arms are S14. Basically, they are plug and play. Yeah, that's about it. So most important mod is the harness. So yeah, just take care of it. If you want to lower the car, I see some guys rubbing it through. So just lower it, keep the harness in position, and then you will get all sorts of electrical issues, which is like a pain in the ass if you forget to do this. So only this part is still there to protect the side skirts and the fender from stones. Otherwise, the rest is removed. So the wheel setup is pretty basic. It's 17 by 9, 22 with an 11 millimeter spacer, project kicks from RHD Japan. Then we go to the rear. In the rear, for the best look, I would recommend to roll your rear fenders. Okay, and with a rear fender, a lot of people mess this up because if you pull it too much, it will look like garbage. So if you pull it too much, it will like bend out here, and also you can get a dent to the inside on this area. So be really careful, take your time for this job, because when this is messed up, it won't look good, to be honest. So if you pull it in a good way, also finish it up with some with grease, so no more water can get inside. You should be able to run 9.5 plus 22, or if you put put on some camber like I have. So camber wise, I do have 5 in the front and 3.5 in the rear. So the front has more than the rear, which is always very important to me, because the car just is more oversteering. So if you have 3 or 3.5 with this type of roll, you can run plus 12 wheels. So the OG TEs usually have plus 12. This one is 22 with a 10 millimeter spacer. Okay. All right. So, and like I said, the exhaust is super important, because with a ride height like this, it needs to sit very high. As you can see on my car, this is as high as it gets. So there are 2 spots at the rear subframe. I dented my exhaust, and I also dented the subframe slightly. Let me check if I can get a video of. All right, that's the spot I was talking about. So as you can see, I dented the rear subframe slightly and also the exhaust. Otherwise, it will bounce against it. Next important part, as you see, you don't see anything. My dual downpipe hides under the chassis, which is super important. Otherwise, you will hit the street all the time on this area. Here you can see it coming through the turbo knee, down from the turbo, and it's as high as it gets. Next thing, hot rod lip, super important. It's loose, so it can clear some bumps. And yeah, I destroyed this lip 2 times, but I still have it, like 12 years on the car, and I love it. So the brakes are Skyline R33 GDST with TBA disc, front and rear. And what's cool about those is you can still use the drum brake. And I also have Project Me aggressive drum brake, what is it called, brake pads. So it will lock up the rear wheels pretty easily with the handbrake. I also would change those hinges and those for the front. So I recently replaced those, and yeah, the doors are just opening fine and closing, makes a huge difference. I also played around with the shifter. So this one is best for me, Nismo shifter, the GT one, because it doesn't get hot when the car is outside. Also the short shifter itself is Nismo. I had all sorts of short shifters like BM, Tomei. The Nismo just feels best for me because it's not, it's not that short, but it's 10 mil shorter than OEM, and it's not notchy. So, what's the right word? It's not grinding. It's not, it just has a smooth feeling, unlike the other shifters. I gotta tell you, I'm super happy with this exhaust. So I changed it up like early this year. It's a little bit quiet if you run the big resonator in the middle. So I welded in a smaller one, and it has a pretty cool tone. So the Blitz Newer I had before was pretty deep and boring. This one has more like a small boxer rumble to it. So a really cool sound. Still stock cams, of course, and stock headers. I wish it would be easier in Germany to run those kinds of mods, but yeah, I just leave it stock for, you know, controls and stuff like that. So what do I like about this car and what do I hate? So first one, let's start with the good ones. The looks of the car, okay? When you put on this Type X kit, it's super timeless in my opinion. This car is 1990, so it's 35 years old, and I never had a car which I walk around this often. It's basically a love and hate relationship. So the next one gotta be, in my case, reliability. I didn't spend any money on this engine since it was rebuilt back when I bought it. So this is crazy. The only thing I did to this car is new brakes after 8 years or 7 years and new turbo after 10 years. Also, the running costs are super low. Like insurance tax on this car is super cheap for me. It's like 500 euros per year. Fuel efficiency is cheap. So, you know, to run this car, it's basically cheap. If you do the right mods, if you take care of it. Next part is aftermarket support. So there is basically everything you can change on this car. The aftermarket support is super strong still. If you have the SR, and you can buy everything for this car, like kits. You can style this car in so many ways. It's amazing. Let's go over the points I don't like. First one gotta be AC, man. This car has no AC. It's insane in the summer. This amount of glass on the car, no sunroof. If it stands outside in the sun, you won't get that heat away, and it will melt you. I promise you that. It's super hot in this car. Next point is noises. So as you can imagine, Japanese car from the 90s, the sound deadening isn't good. So if you're planning to do longer trips, the way I'm doing it, I'm just getting my earpods in, and then the noises are like relaxing. So everything is more quiet. I even do listen to podcasts sometimes if I'm on a full 5 hour trip. I've been to Poland, Italy, to all kinds of countries with this car. You just gotta be prepared, and yeah, it's not quiet, but you know, if you are in the mood for this car, for the noises it makes, it's like the best thing ever to take a break from you know, the daily life, all the struggle it gives. So this negative point could be a positive as well, because it's just different as any louder older car. But basically that's about it, man. So the worst thing about this car is really when it gets hot outside. Yeah, I don't drive it, to be honest with you. And it's not super sharp. I'm not sure if I can improve it anymore, because it has some bracing in the rear. It has bracing in the front, so the Nismo brace underneath here. I don't have a strut tower bar, but like Hondas or Evos, they are super sharp right out the box. And this car is just, you know, when it's stuck, it's super sketchy. It's super soft, and it's not a sports car in any way in stock form. So you gotta have to mod this car a lot. But the potential it has, and the looks it offers when it's finished is just unmatched in my opinion. When I bought it, the S chassis were super cheap. The stock ones were going from 2 to 4K. So the entry point for this car was super low. Now it's, let's say, in the mid 10K 15K for not so good cars. So I'm not sure if I would, buy one now. If you're on forums or can find some car locally which are a bit cheaper, you gotta be fast. I tell you, if they have a good price and a good chassis with no rust, go for it, man. But I wouldn't do overspending just to have a car like that. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. I hope you liked the video. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'm happy to answer them, and also let me know if I should film anything up for you. Until next time, bye.